Even the diamonds could save this.
Seriously? Portal?
Yes! I don't even know what this game is, but I love it. You, trapped in a glass box with no way out, listening to me talk. Oh, it's inspired. I couldn't have done it any better myself. What is this game even supposed to be? I can't figure it out. Okay, now I'm curious. Let's go find out what the hell this is.
Sure, let's go find out what this fucking game is. That's right. Portal. Is it bad that I've never ever played Portal?
Oh,
Nah.
it's a puzzle.
I played it for a while,
Critical
but kept getting
thinking,
vertigo.
Stanley. Your forte. Genius. No, actually, you know what? I think that's plenty. I really don't care much to see you stumble through any more of these games, and I highly doubt you're any wiser for the experience. Which is why, rather than continue to waste my time, I'm just going to leave you.
Did he shut up yet? Wait, what the fuck? Wait. This... Oh, shit. We're inside the Stanley Parable again. Fuck. Does it keep... Okay, filing cabinet. What the fuck? Okay, I'm not gonna fall off the edge. Alright, we've only got one door, but... Okay, I guess we have to fall off. Dude, what the fuck? What do we do?
I don't know.
What the hell? What the fuck do we do? Will we just fall off the fucking map? Okay, everything just went black. I have no idea what happened. Oh, Jesus. Okay. Where do we go? Down the hallway or around the corner?
Let's go around the corner.
Okay. Oh, there's nothing there. I guess we're going down the hallway. Okay, which way do we go? Do we go right or do we go through the door? The fuck?
Right.
Okay. The fuck? Oh, it would have led here anyway. Okay, well, I guess there was kind of... there's a lead at the end of the hallway.
Well, let's go for it.
I don't know, let's find out. Wait a minute. How can that be Office 427? What the fuck? But that doesn't make any sense.
Let's try it. Very interesting.
Okay. You confused? Oh, what the fuck just happened?
I wonder what he found. If what he wanted was to be the leading man in his own story, well, perhaps he's gotten it. Down in wherever he is right now. I wonder if he's happy with his choice, and if he's learned the heavy cost that comes with it. He'll understand soon what I was trying to tell him. He needs me. Someone who will wrap everything up at the end, to make sense out of the chaos and the fear and the confusion. That's who I am. That is what I mean to this world. Oh, yes. Yes, I'll be back. There's no other way. Once this ends, after it all comes to a close, then I'll be back. The end will be here soon. Very soon. I can wait.
The fuck? Okay, the end is never the end. Okay. Oh, are you fucking kidding me? It's stuck back in Office 427 again.
Well, you found one of the endings, I guess.
Gone. What could it mean?
Son of a
Stanley
bitch,
decided to
it's
go to the meeting room.
game.
Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
Alright, well, we have a choice. We can either go through the left door or the right door.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
Alright, here we go.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office, hoping he might find an answer there.
Tips for not getting fired.
How to solve a dispute with a coworker. Using slides to assure employees that everything is okay. Make sure your slide has a slick blue graphic in the header and throw some bevel on all the text. This will ensure a common productive... What?
What in the world?
Number of slides on the slide. Charts and slides. What do people want? Things, money, more money. Things, but with money to buy more things. Graphs about things and money. What the fuck?
Number of...
Jesus Christ, dude. To do. Synergize core value expenditures. Shift global market. Okay. Monetize free to play.
Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Maybe walk upstairs or go downstairs. How do you want to do this?
Let's go downstairs.
Okay, we're going downstairs.
But Stanley just couldn't do it. He considered the possibility of facing his boss, admitting he had left his post during work hours. He might be fired for that. And in such a competitive economy, why had he taken that risk? All because he believed everyone had vanished? His boss would think he was crazy. And then something occurred to Stanley. Maybe, he thought to himself, maybe I am crazy. All of my co-workers blinking mysteriously out of existence in a single moment for no reason at all? None of it made any logical sense. And as Stanley pondered this, he began to make other strange observations. For example, why couldn't he see his feet when he looked down?
Oh, Jesus.
Why did doors close automatically behind him wherever he went?
That game actually
And
made
for
you
that
look
matter,
down.
these rooms were starting to look pretty familiar. Were they simply repeating?
Son of a
No,
bitch.
Stanley said to himself, this is all too strange. This can't be real. And at last, he came to the conclusion that had been on the tip of his tongue. He just hadn't found the words for it. I'm dreaming, he yelled. This is all a dream. Oh, what a relief Stanley felt to have finally found an answer, an explanation. His co-workers weren't actually gone. He wasn't going to lose his job.
Right.
He wasn't crazy
This is
after
gonna piss
all.
me off more than
And he
anything
thought to
else.
himself, I suppose I'll wake up soon. I'll have to go back to my boring real-life job pushing buttons. I may as well enjoy this while I'm still lucid. So, he imagined himself flying and began to gently float above the ground. Then he imagined himself soaring through space on a magical starfield, and it too appeared. It was so much fun, and Stanley marveled that he had still not woken up. How was he remaining so lucid? And then perhaps the strangest question of them all entered Stanley's head. One he was amazed he hadn't asked himself sooner. Why is there a voice in my head dictating everything that I'm doing and thinking? Now the voice was describing itself being considered by Stanley, who found it particularly strange. I'm dreaming about a voice describing me, thinking about how it's describing my thoughts, he thought. And while he thought it all very odd and wondered if this voice spoke to all people in their dreams, the truth was that, of course, this was not a dream. How could it be? Was Stanley simply deceiving himself, believing that if he's asleep, he doesn't have to take responsibility for himself? Stanley is as awake right now as he's ever been in his life. Now, hearing the voice speak these words was quite a shock to Stanley. After all, he knew for certain, beyond a doubt, that this was in fact a dream. Did the voice not see him float and make the magical stars just a moment ago? How else would the voice explain all that? This voice was a part of himself too. Surely, if he could just... He would prove it. He would prove that he was in control, that this was a dream. So he closed his eyes gently, and he invited himself to wake up. He felt the cool weight of the blanket on his skin, the press of the mattress on his back, the fresh air of a world outside this one. Let me wake up, he thought to himself. I'm through with this dream. I wish it to be over. Let me go back to my job. Let me continue pushing the buttons. Please, it's all I want. I want my apartment, and my wife, and my job. All I want is my life exactly the way it's always been. My life is normal. I am normal. Everything will be fine. I am okay. Stanley began screaming. Please, someone, wake me up. My name is Stanley. I have a boss. I have an office. I am real. Please, just someone tell me I am real. I must be real. I must be. Can anyone hear my voice? Who am I? Who am I? And everything went black.
Oh, son of a bitch.
This is the story of a woman named Mariella. Mariella woke up on a day like any other. She arose, got dressed, gathered her belongings, and walked to her place of work. But on this particular day, her walk was interrupted by the body of a man who had stumbled through town talking and screaming to himself, and then collapsed dead on the sidewalk.
Oh,
and although she would soon turn to go call for an ambulance, for just a few brief moments she considered the strange man. He was obviously crazy. This much she knew. Everyone knows what crazy people look like. And in that moment, she thought to herself how lucky she was to be normal. I am sane. I am in control of my mind. I know what is real and what isn't. It was comforting to think this, and in a certain way, seeing this man made her feel better. But then she remembered the meeting she had scheduled for that day. The very important people whose impressions of her would affect her career, and by extension, the rest of her life. She had no time for this, so it was only a moment that she stood there, staring down at the body. And then she turned and ran.
Okay. Oh, son of a bitch. Okay, I guess we are supposed to. The game forces you. It's.
All of his co-workers were gone. What could it mean?
Shut up.
Stanley decided to go to the meeting room. Perhaps he had simply missed a memo.
We're just gonna go through the left door. Fuck it.
Right.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
I fucking hate this shit, dude.
Yet there was not a single person here either. Feeling a wave of disbelief, Stanley decided to go up to his boss's office. Coming to a staircase, Stanley walked upstairs to his boss's office.
Alright, let's go upstairs. Fuck. Looks like a bathroom.
Whoa.
Stepping into his manager's office, Stanley was once again stunned to discover not an indication of any human life. Shocked, unraveled, Stanley wondered in disbelief who orchestrated this, what dark secret was being held from him. What he could not have known was that the keypad behind the boss's desk guarded the terrible truth that his boss had been keeping from him. And so the boss had assigned it an extra secret PIN number, 2845. But of course, Stanley couldn't possibly have known this. Yet incredibly, by simply pushing random buttons on the keypad, Stanley happened to input the correct code by sheer luck. Amazing. He stepped into the newly opened passageway.
take this under advice.